to the 2024 SCAC Football Media Days. With the return of SCAC football for the first time since 2016, we're kicking things off with our SCAC Media Days. And today we're taking a look at the Centenary College Gents football program. Gents will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Byron Dawson, along with leadership from sophomore offensive lineman Alexander Hamilton and sophomore cornerback Bryan Washington. And Coach Alexander, Bryan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Coach, we'll open up with you. It's an exciting time down in Shreveport. You look at this timeline back in November of 21, Centenary announces the return of the football program. Back in March of 2022, you were hired, and now we are here going through last year, that first great season that this team put together. And now we've arrived here at the start of the opening of the SCAC year. What has this journey been like for you? What has the process been like to get to this point, and how rewarding has it been, to be here and now getting ready for this 2024 season?
Well, one of the things I'll tell you, this journey has been a journey of growth. To see the seed planted in the ground and, starting from scratch. Back in March of 2022, I went out recruiting with nothing but a briefcase and some pictures in my bag of what could be. And so for that first year, we kind of sold the vision of what could be. And then in 2023, when we started to play games, and I can remember seeing those guys come on campus and move in and start to train them and teach them the culture, it has been a growing experience. It has been a learning experience. I'm so grateful for the commitment, the sacrifices, for these kids to have faith in me and to entrust me with their talents and their skill, especially with a startup program that had a rich history, but it was way, way back in the day. We're talking about the late 40s. And so for guys to step out, after 82 years and buy into what we were selling as far as having college football here in Shreveport, Bossier area, I was so proud to be a part of that. And I'm so grateful for everyone giving me that opportunity.
Alexander, Coach talks about that vision, and certainly you're a huge part of it along with all of your other classmates. And I'm interested from a student athlete perspective, is that something that this group feels as far as kind of this special movement that's going on there in Shreveport? What is it like to be a part of bringing football back to Centenary and, doing it together, having it to be something that you and your peers are doing? Is that something that continues to motivate and build energy within that program going into the season?
Absolutely. I mean, especially you talk about the love that we get from not only the people on campus and the staff, but all around the city. You go around, you wear your Centenary gear, they're gonna tell you like, "Oh man, you play for Centenary? Oh man, we love what y'all doing. We love what y'all doing. We can't wait to see y'all when the first game is." They all want to know that everybody's supporting us, everybody's has our back, the entire community, and it definitely has brought us as a team together closer. Everybody on the team we gel together and we bought in. So, we all trust each other. We all trust what Coach Dawson has to say, and we all trust what Centenary has planned for us in the future. So it's great. It's a great deal going on over here.
Bryan, last season, this team put together a remarkable inaugural season in the comeback of Centenary football. Incredible success. As you go through that, and you have the successes that you did in last year, how much did that start to build the confidence within this group? And, what did you learn about your team, Bryan, as you went through last season and had those successes?
I mean, I believe that one of our big success was our main goals. I mean, we chose to master the fundamentals and play as a team, which after actually seeing it in process, I know you can look down seeing, we're a startup team, but after, game after game, seeing success, it really showed us and, hyped us up. So now that we build onto it, especially us being me being the culture class, we're allowed to bring that to the newer freshmen and continue to grow Centenary as a football program.
Coach, you talked about the journey of growth and learning through this process. And I know last season had to have been a big part of that learning process. The team had success, as I mentioned. What did you learn about your student athletes as they went through and had that success last year? And what are you most excited about seeing them take that next step of growth heading here into year two?
Well, we kind of theme our seasons. In that first year we had a handful of guys that came out, and so that was the foundation season of 2022. And then 23 was our culture season, kind of just going through the standards and kind of building the walls of the house per se, and building our culture that we're going to live off of for the rest of the years during this program's startup. But now this season is growth. And so, we're growing, we're growing in numbers, we're growing in facilities, and we have to be more mature. We know the challenges, we're going to be the youngest team in the conference. And so, we have to grow, we have to be wiser, we have to be smarter. And so, for me, just watching that and learning and seeing that if you bring in high character guys, they can buy in quick, and good things can happen. So that's probably the biggest lesson that I learned from last season, the importance of recruiting high character guys that know how to work, that wants to work, and that loves the game. I think that was probably the thing that I learned the most from this season.
Alexander, obviously we talk about the excitement of going into this season, the return of SCAC football for the first time since 2016. And certainly Centenary is a huge part of that comeback for the SCAC. I'm interested from a student athlete perspective, how exciting is it to enter into that first year of SCAC competition, a conference championship on the line, all those awards that are there on the line as well. Just do you feel a buzz around campus, around the team, heading into this first year of SCAC? And what are you looking forward to most being a part of the SCAC conference?
Walking around and talking to people on campus, everyone's excited. We already know that we're going into a strong conference with a lot of great teams. So we just got to be hungry and ready to compete. And that's all we want to do, really. All we want to do is come out this year and just compete to the best of our ability.
Bryan, it's been great to hear, Coach just talk about the passion that he has and the excitement he has. I'm interested from your perspective as a student athlete, especially on the defensive side, Coach Dawson being a defensive, player in his own right. What has Coach Dawson brought to this team? What are the things that he's passed on to you and your peers, and what is the energy that he brings day in and day out to these practices and getting prepared for the year?
I believe Coach Dawson has one of those personalities where it really sticks with you. So mainly what he says, like you're able to absorb it and gain knowledge, but also like the small things that he does to show that he cares and bringing us resources in. So, not only on the field, but off the field when we're going into our classes, helping us, prepare for tests and everything. And I feel like it's easy for us to buy into what he says because it's so affectionate.
Coach, for those who might be new to Centenary football, might be seeing the Gents for the first time this season, what can they expect to see? What are some things that you feel are going to be constants within your program, week in, week out, each and every Saturday, irregardless of results, but that fans and people that support this program can really count on when they go to support and watch this program play?
One of the things that we stress here is the importance of team. And so one of the things that when you watch us play, I hope you see these guys are unified, they're selfless, they care about each other. We have high character guys, so they know how to carry themselves. And to me, that's important. The character of the student athlete, the way they play, the discipline, those are the things that I want to stress every single day. And it's my hope and prayer that when you watch us play, you can see those things bright as the brightest light shine through for 60 minutes when you watch the Centenary Gents on the field.
Alexander, as we look specifically on that offensive side of the ball, being one of the anchors on that offensive line, talk a little about this offense. What does this group going to bring to the field as we hit the ground running in the fall? What are some of the goals that this offense hopes to try to meet and accomplish as you head into this 2024 season?
So honestly, just the biggest thing is being completely locked in, completely bought in on everything. Our OC talks about it all the time. Do your 111. So if all 11 guys on the field do their job, then there's nothing that can go wrong. So that's our biggest thing, is just knowing what we have to do all the time, doing it at a high level, and like Coach Dawson said, just being wise beyond our age.
And Bryan, similar, on that defensive side, being in that defensive backfield, talk a little about this defense. What can people expect to see from this group? What are some of the goals and expectations you and the other leaders on the defensive side of the ball have for this team, and what's going to be key to trying to accomplish those heading into the year?
I feel like it's a build off of Alex. Like we always stress, like playing as a team and trusting each other. So me very much, I just gotta do my job, and I trust that my D line's gonna do theirs, my linebacker's gonna do theirs, and we're gonna be set drive by drive. And whenever you pause the tape, you're gonna see 11 has the ball.
And finally, coach, as we wrap things up with you, success can be measured in our sports arena in so many different ways. Obviously, there's black and white metrics with wins and losses and statistics, but so many different other ways to measure that beyond kind of the lines on the field. So when you talk about success with your men and with your program, what is that message that you try and deliver? And ultimately, this season looks successful if what plays out on the field over the course of 2024.
Well, for me, success is growth. Each week, each day, each play, we've got to get better. And so that's what I'm looking for. We want to improve from each day. You don't pull from your last season, you restart and reset. So to see what this group of young men will do, coming together, being unified with all the great teams in our conference, with us being the youngest team in the conference, coming together and just see how this team gel and how they become a unit. That's to me what I'm looking most to see and really focus on. And that's what I'm going to be measuring each and every week and just improving. I think if we can get better each week, I think we all feel good about what we're doing and the time invested to this process.
Centenary College head football coach Byron Dawson, along with leadership from sophomores, offensive lineman Alexander Hamilton, and cornerback Bryan Washington. The Gents will open up the 2024 campaign at home when they take on Hendrix on September 7th. Coach Alexander, Bryan, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having us.